Congratulations, ladies. Season 3. It's been 2 years, a year and a half. What's it like coming back?
Well, we're coming back. We're now talking about it, but we finished filming in January, right?
January.
So it's finally coming out, and we're hoping for a season 4. But it's hard to keep up with when it ended and when the new season began. But now we're talking about season 3, and it's kind of wonderful to sit here and relive what we did and watch it. And think, wow, it's just it really comes together. Now that we know all these characters, it's so exciting to see them in crises and with different things happening to them, different role playing, and so it's particularly fun for our dynamic.
I mean, you guys are playing sisters. Has it gotten easier? Are you guys sisters in real life now?
Whenever Christine emails me, she always starts her email sis.
Yeah, hi
Dear
sis.
Dear sis, hi sis. Yeah, I mean, we've known each other for a very long time, and Christine used to say that, the hardest thing to fake as an actor is intimacy, whether you're playing family members or married couple or whatever. And so I think that we have, because we've known each other and, loved each other for so long,
Yeah.
we have that built-in intimacy,
Yeah.
which is great.
It was a real gift.
And it's great because, this season, I feel like the sisters are more at odds.
Yes.
Because you're downstepping, you're stepping up in this. What is that dynamic going to be like between Ada and Agnes?
Well, it plays out in the course of season 3. Agnes is not used to not being the boss, and that's her identity. That's who she is. She's the big sister, and she made the tough choices, and she had to get married and then take her sister in and be the caretaker. So suddenly to find myself, like the staff relating to me like I'm not number one. It's shocking. It's bad news for Agnes, but it's great news for Christine, the actress, because there's so many delicious moments and scenes that are about that.
And it's hard when you've been number one. It's hard to be toppled, but I think it must be particularly hard to be toppled by someone who doesn't know what they're doing at all. You know what I mean?
You're just coming into this
I
fortune that you
mean,
can
never
have.
having been in charge of anyone in my life, not even really myself, to now have to be the head of the family and the head of the household and the head of this unforeseen fortune is just a lot.
I mean, your character, Agnes, she has a sourpuss scowl. You nailed that down. How much practice did that take?
No, I don't. I don't practice. In some ways, I'm playing aspects of my mother, I must tell you.
Really? So you're
My mother was a
channeling her.
marvelous woman, but she lived through the Depression. She lived through the war. She was widowed when her kids were little. She had to go to work in an air conditioning factory ordering parts. She went through menopause while raising teenagers. I remember my mom, first thing when she got home, reached down in the cupboard for a bottle of Seagram's 7 Crown, poured herself a stiff drink, and then started making dinner. And we had to sit there, and during dinner, my brother and I had to listen to her bitch. I mean, she was unhappy, but it was very Agnes.
What did she bitch about the air conditioning factory?
About her boss, and just, she had a tough time at work. But with the years, I've seen, I really admire my mom. She held it together. Mm-hmm. She raised good kids. She brought home the paychecks. Somehow we managed. But she was what you call a tough old broad. And she had that kind of vinegar sense of humor. So it's.
So you're honoring her by playing Agnes, basically.
Yes.
And I have to say, I feel like I based a lot of Ada on my godmother, who was the opposite of that, right? Who was a person like Ada, who had no children of her own, but had so many godchildren. And because she didn't have to be the disciplinarian, she didn't have to be responsible for anybody but herself, she had the room to be warm and relational and always be the person with the gift or the fun
The
outing.
likable one.
The likable one. The likable one who really could dote on a child as opposed to having to actually raise the child.
Right.
So it's like these ladies now, they find themselves, empty nesters. They don't have family, like kids. They don't have husbands. Is this going to be Sex in the City in the 1800s now?
It's more the Odd Couple, I think.
It's always the odd couple. And I love she's taken on all these causes. Every week it's a different, with her money, with her new fortune, she's going to save the world. Oh, please. And the temperance thing. Excuse me, you're not going to tell people they can't have wine at dinner. It's just naive. And I will not be deprived of my Cabernet at dinner. No way.
She just wants Cabernet on set. That's it.
Absolutely.
Oh, the grape juice. It's terrible.
Oh, it's not great.
Really?
It's
Well,
not
think
great.
about it.
Yeah.
Grape juice. It's like that sugary thing, and it just...
Not good. But the costumes are delicious.
The costumes are
costumes
delicious.
are
What is that
wonderful.
like? Because they are reflective of your characters' personalities. So you guys have the big hats, the hair done, the gloves, the big ball gowns.
Yes,
Tell me
mine are
about it.
very heavy and velvety and lots of beads and like
European kind of.
old world. A lot of fabric to drag around. It's like a metaphor for all the history and attitude and the burden of being old money. I just sort of drag it around like curtains. And then she's got often the girlish or
The spirit of the New Republic. The daughter of the regiment. But of course, I am in mourning for, I think, half the season.
You're in black.
So a lot of black, a lot of jet jewelry. I mean,
But you look so chic in it, I must
thank
say.
you. Thank you.
Black's the New York color.
Exactly.
Until they find something darker.
Well, you guys both had two other projects going on at the same time. 9 Perfect Strangers.
Right.
And then you had And Just Like That. How did you juggle this for you guys? Because you went from one production. I know you were in between both.
Same time, yeah.
What was that?
You
like?
were same time. I did 9 Perfect Strangers for the first half of last year. Got home from Germany, and 2 weeks later went in for Gilded Age. So my year was just... But fortunately, when one ended, the other started. But you were
I was doing them at
double
the same
duty.
time.
So with the fashion, how'd you handle that? Because you have, the luxurious new modern fashion and Just Like That. And then you go back to the frumpiness, but like the beautifulness.
Right. I found it really hard, I have to say. I found it really hard because I feel like, particularly acting on film, it's so much about being immersed in your world and believing you're in that world. And when you've got the whiplash of,
It's true.
if it's Tuesday, it must be a Just Like That,
Yeah.
that film was really challenging.
Yeah.
So do you find yourself relating more with Miranda or with Ada?
I mean, in some ways, Miranda is easier to relate to because I've played her so much longer, but also she's modern.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like you can walk off the street and walk into Miranda, whereas when you're Ada,
It's true.
you have to remember you have to remember your time period, you have to remember your class, your elocution, your manners, your widowhood, your all of this stuff that
Yeah, the more days you spend on the set of the Gilded Age,
Yes.
the easier it becomes.
Yes.
When you're first back, it's like, oh, you're speaking that language of the Gilded Age in every way with your behavior. And I found I like when I do successive days of work or successive
Exactly.
weeks, because then you start relaxing and it just becomes second nature. But then very often, because of scheduling, you then have weeks off. And sometimes because you were working, and then you're back or you're shooting out of sequence. So there's a lot of challenges that I think an audience is not aware of. That
you're trying to wear all these things. You're trying to wear not only the clothes, not only the period, but the diction. And you want it to fit like a glove, not to just sit on top and have people be, oh, she's speaking very properly now.
Yeah.
It's a dance.
And the more it's your daily routine, you get an easiness with it, which if you come in on a random day and you haven't been there in a while and you've been somewhere else very immersive, it's hard.
Right. Before they wrap me up, I want to ask you, Christine, while I have you, Mamma Mia 3, what is going on?
Mamma Mia 3.
I'm afraid to say anything because it spreads like brush fire, and everybody then thinks there's a Mamma Mia 3. I did have drinks with Judy Kramer, the producer, a couple of years ago, and she really wanted, I know she really wants to do a Mamma Mia 3, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen, I have to say, because it's the last time I said that, it just was like, there's going to be a Mamma Mia 3. It would be fun. It would be great fun, of course.
You have some great special guests in this show, and everyone's mostly from Broadway, so I feel like you can pull them on in.
We'll just bring them all onto the Greek island. We'll just-
She's down for it. Cynthia's
Exactly.
like, yes. You ladies are wonderful. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
everything.
Thank you.